Hi, today I'm going to show you how to lace a wheel. So you're going to need a rim, hub, front or rear, spokes and nipples, and for the tools, spoke wrench, sorry. So to calculate the length of the spokes you need to use a spoke calculator like DT Swiss is a really good one. So it's pretty easy. It will depend of the diameter of the inside of your wheel, so it's called the ERD. It will depend of the type of hub you have, the diameter of the flange, and how many cross you have. So for today, I'm gonna do a basic 32 spokes with a 3 cross lacing for the wheel. It's what I use most for the mountain bikes. And today I'm rebuilding my husband's wheels. So you're gonna start with the trail spokes. The trail spokes are the spokes that you insert from the outside and they're gonna go along the inside of the flange. So what I like to do is to be able to see the logo of your hub through the valve hole. You insert your spoke first. So that's the key, we call that the key spoke. The first spoke you are going to lace. So goes from the outside inside, the spoke runs along the inside of the flange, and it's going to go on. So if you look, always on the start with the drive side, it's gonna be, so the valve hole is at the top and it's gonna be on the right of your valve hole, this first key spoke. Up, put the nipple in, and you get your key spoke. So after, we're gonna do all the trailing spoke on the drive side. So it's gonna be like every other hole of the hub, you're gonna insert a spoke, and it's always out from the outside to the inside. So the trail spoke run along, and you're gonna go for 1, 2, 3, the fourth hole after the first spoke you inserted. So you're gonna leave 3 free holes, and on the fourth one you insert your other trailing spoke. So up, 1 empty here and 3 empty here. Once again, 1 empty and 1, 2, 3 empty, and the fourth one I put my spoke in, and etc, etc. You get the drift. Once you have all your trail spokes on the drive side, you're going to turn the wheel around to be able to, for me, up this way. You're going to be on the disc side for, that's the front hub. So on the disc side, you're going to want to locate your valve hole at the top always. So turn this one clockwise, counterclockwise from the disc side, and you are going to insert your first trail spoke on the non-drive side. So from one side to the other, the holes for the spokes on the hub are misaligned. So they're going not to be facing each other, but once you insert a spoke through one of the holes of the hub, you're gonna see it's gonna go between 2 holes of the other side. So what you want to get is insert the spoke, so it's going to be slightly on the left. When you look from the disc side, you're going to want to insert a spoke that's going to end up on slightly to the left of your key spoke on the other side. So up. So once again, trail spoke is going to run from the head is going to be of the spoke is going to be on the outside of the flange, and the spoke is going to run on the inside of the flange. And you're going to place this first trail spoke on the non-drive side. When you look from the disc side, on the left of your key spoke that you had earlier. Like earlier, from the drive side, you're going to insert every other hole, up, one trail spoke, and always on the left side of your trail spokes from the other side. Okay, now that we have all the trail spokes installed on the wheel from the non-drive side and the drive side, go back to you're looking at the drive side and rotate clockwise your hub. So you get tension on most of the spokes. That's all our trail spokes done on both sides. Now we're gonna go for the leading spokes. So it's where you're gonna have to cross your spokes. So when you look at your non-drive side, you can start on for the leading spokes now anywhere you want on the hub. So leading spokes, they're gonna go, the head is gonna be on the inside of the flange and they're gonna run on the outside of the flange. So this is, I'm doing a 3 cross, which means that my leading spoke is gonna cross 3 times the trailing spokes. So I have my leading spoke here, the first one. So it's gonna cross 1 spoke, 2 spoke, and for the third one, so it's cross 2 on the outside of them. For the third one, up. I'm lacing it underneath and I'm going on the next hole available there. So that's your 3 cross, 1, 2, and 3 cross. You have now a little bit less play with your spokes, so it's a bit harder to insert the nipple without dropping them, so be careful. Usually what I do on the first one, you can just drop them like that and catch the thread of the spoke, but after, once it gets tricky, so we're going for another leading spoke. Insert them, okay, so it's running on the outside flange, the outside of the flange. So crosses once, crosses twice, and third spoke up. You bent it a little bit, it's okay, and go for the next available slot. So here you have a little bit less play with the length of your spoke. So what I do, not to drop a nipple in to the rim, you thread it, and like that you have room, you can get your nipple easily on. Okay, and go around like that to all the holes available. Here we go, you get already the non-dry side done. So now we're gonna do the leading spokes on the other side. So same principle, but the other way around. Hopla. So you can start from anywhere onto the hub. Insert it from, so the head is gonna be on the inside of the flange and the leading spoke is gonna run at first on the outside. So 3 cross again, crosses 1, crosses twice. For the third time you go under, hopla, not under both spokes, just under the trail spoke on the non-drive side, and you get your next available slot here on the left. So it gets way trickier for the nipples there. So always use the trick of threading it in. And yeah, here you go. You have laced your first wheel. Now, before trimming it, putting it on a true stand, what I like to do is tighten the nipples enough so it covers the thread. And after that, you can put it on a trimming stand and dish it properly and see that the hop as well is, there is no hop in the rim. Thank you for watching.